Hi everyone, it's Emily. I'm going to make a washcloth today. I'm going to use the Peaches and Cream. On the back it does recommend that you use the 5mm. We are going to use today the 4.5mm. I like my stitches to be nice and tight for my washcloths. So let's get started. Hello everyone, Emily here. I hope everyone's doing well. I wanted to make a washcloth, and let's just go ahead and get right started into it. I'm going to go ahead and chain 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. I think that's a perfect size, and now we have a nice chain. We're going to go ahead and single crochet all the way to the end and make our base row. We're not going to go into this first stitch that we're in. We're going to go to the next one. So we're going to make our foundation, and we're going to make a single crochet all the way across. We're not going to go into this first stitch that we're in. We're going to go into this stitch right here, right next to it. So let's go ahead and go right inside. And we're going to do a single crochet all the way to the end. So I'm almost to the end, and before I get to the end, I'm going to go ahead and bury my tail. I like to just tuck it underneath, and I'm just going to crochet right over it. You can see it here. Just keep crocheting right over the top of it. So I went into the last stitch, and I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to turn my work. Then I'm going to go into this very first stitch, and I'm going to go into the back loop only. I'm not going to go through both loops. This would be going through both loops. We're going to go through just the front loop. So I'm just going to go in the front loops only. So you only have one strand, and I'm going to go over that. I'm going to go only in the front loops all the way to the end. Here at the last stitch. So the last one, I'm going to go through both of them. So I'm going to have 2 strands, and I'm going to pull it through. Okay, I am going to go ahead and tie this off. I just did 1 chain and pulled it up. Take my scissors and left me a little tail. I'm going to turn my work here. All the yarn that I'll be using is going to be the Sugar and Creams. This is what I like to use for my washcloths. So it's all going to be Sugar and Cream brand. So I have a new color, and I have a green. I've already got it on my hook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in this very first chain, this very first hole here, stitch, and I'm going to pull it up, pull it through, and I have a single crochet. So I'm going to do back stitch only. I'm going to crochet back stitch only, so not the front like we did before. We're going to go into the back. And we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. So we have 3 single crochets. I'm not counting our one right here where we went through both loops, so it can be nice and sturdy on the end. So this next one, we're going to go down here to this front loop. When we crocheted coming this way, we only did the back loop, so now we have the front loop showing. We're going to do a double crochet down here, so yarn over, go into that front loop, and don't pull it too tight, and you are going to do a double crochet. Okay, we don't want to increase, so we're going to make sure that we skip that one in the back behind this. Okay, so we're going to go to the next one. We're going to go to the back loop, and we're going to do 3 single crochets. We're going to come down below here. Once again, we're going to go right below this next stitch. We're going to yarn over, pull it up a little bit, and do a double crochet. Make sure that you skip the next stitch here in the back. Go to your next one, back loops only, and you're going to single crochet in the next 3 stitches. We're going to go down front again. We're going to yarn over, go to that front loop, grab our yarn and pull it through, and you did a double crochet. We're going to make sure we skip that one in the back, go to the next one, and do 3 single crochets. I'm here at the end, and at the end I did my double crochet 1, 2, and my last stitch here I am going to go into both, not just the front, not just the back loop. I'm going to go through both of them because this is the last stitch, because I want both ends of my washcloth to be nice and sturdy. Okay, so we are going to end this here. I'm going to tie it off, and I'm going to cut it. And we're going to have a really nice pattern here. I have my yarn on my hook already. So we're only going to be working on this side from now on. We won't be turning it. So we ended it down here. We're going to go over here. This is really good to use any leftover yarn that you have, and that's what I'm doing now. So you're going to go into this first stitch. We're going to go through both of them. Put it in there, pull it through, get 2, and then pull it through. Now we are going to go into the back loops only once again. Alrighty. So to start off first, we are going to do a double crochet and go down 1 below. Okay. Make sure you don't get that one in the back. We're going to go to the next one. We're going to do a single crochet. And we're going to do a total of 3 single crochets. This is our second and our third. So our third one is going to end at the top of this double crochet. The next one we're going to do is a double crochet. We're going to go down below to the front post, and we are going to do double crochet, and we're going to make sure we miss that one right behind the double crochet. Go to the next stitch, and we're going to do 3 single crochets. We're going to yarn over and go down below. And you're going to do this all the way across. So I went all the way across. And I came down here and did my double crochet, and I have one here next to it. And my last one, I'm going to go through both those stitches, because remember, we're going to do that at the end every time so that we can make it nice and sturdy. I did bury my tail, and I'm going to pull it through, pull it nice and tight, and then I'm going to tie it, cut it off, because we're working on one side. And isn't that pretty? Let's go ahead and put another color on. Okay, so I have my yarn on my hook. We're going to go into this first one. And we're going to go through both 2 loops. We're going to pull it through, and then pull it through. This first one, we're going to do a single crochet, and you can see now how the pattern's going, that as soon as you get here next to the one that goes down, the double crochet, you're going to do the next one there. So we're going to do a double crochet and go down below, and we're going to do 3 single crochets, and we want to make sure we don't go into that one behind the double crochet. And making a washcloth with this pattern is a really good way to just practice. And as you can see, I'm here above my double crochet, so I know my next one is going to be a double crochet in that front loop. Oops. And I have 3 single crochets. This is going to make a really nice colorful washcloth, dishcloth, and it's going to have some texture to it, which is really nice. So when you go to scrub your dishes with that side, it will clean everything up really well. I'm going to bury my tail there when I get closer. I'm going to put it back there. And then I'm going to bring it up here just to fold it in there again. Just will save me a little bit of time so I don't have to bury it later. Our last one here. is to go down and in front. And then we're going to do a single crochet, both loops. And I'm going to end this one off. I'm going to make my tail a little bit longer this time. So you can see how it's doing a step going up. I have my yarn on the hook. I'm going to go ahead and start this one just like we did all the others. And go through both loops. Pull it through, just like you're crocheting one. So I know that as soon as I get to this double crochet, I'm going to do a front loop right here. Okay, so I'm going to do 1, 2 single crochets, and then we know as soon as we get next to this double, we're going to yarn over and go right in front. Okay, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's really pretty. Go all the way to the end. So this one, when you come to the end, you have this double crochet here, but you're at the end, so you're just going to go into both loops and do a single crochet. You don't have enough room to do another one. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and end that off. Now when you start, if you wanted to, you could go ahead and put these underneath, and you could bury them, which is probably a good idea, so that later you don't have to come back and bury all these. But look at that pretty pattern. So I did a few rows. You can see the colors. I like all the crazy colors. It's very pretty. And you can see how the steps go. They look like little steps. I'm going to go ahead and finish my washcloth. It's just going to be short. So I'm going to go into, just like we have been, got my yarn on the hook. And I'm going to go ahead and do one more row with the double crochet. You could use a different type of yarn, like Red Heart, and make a blanket with this pattern, a scarf. And you know, you could probably work something like this into a hat too. So I'm getting here to the end. I'm going to go ahead and do my single crochet like you would regularly do. And then I'm going to go ahead and add 2 more single crochets. I'm going to start going around my project. So if you have any of those tails hanging out, you can bury them this way also. So I'm just going to go into every opening and do a single crochet. I'm going into every opening. And I'm just doing a single crochet. Tie my knot. I love my knots. And then I'll bury those. And my washcloth is complete. Bye.